Thank you so much. That was a great introduction. Thank you, everybody. I am Danny. Let me see if I can figure out the... going backwards. You would think, right, I've been in the classroom for 6 years, I wouldn't know how to use a clicker. That's me. There we go, the future of EdTech. So I'm Danny. I am a PhD student here at UTSA pursuing a degree in school psychology. I had no idea this EdTech conference was going on until a few weeks ago. They asked, do you want to speak? I said, yes, I want to speak. I am all for EdTech, and it's really exciting just to be here in a room full of people who are also excited about the future and how we can leverage this to support all of our students. So as we know, education has changed. So think back to March of 2020. I think that is a point in time that we can all remember where we were at, what was going on. It's very vivid, at least for me it was. I was a teacher at the time, middle school science and STEM. Little did I know that after spring break, I wouldn't return to the classroom. The reality was that I did not see some of those students that I had again, because they left, transferred, moved, and so that was really eye-opening for me. That's what propelled me to go to grad school and make a difference. So for me, it was easy, well, I shouldn't say easy, a little easier to adjust to the pandemic, right? We already had Google Classroom set up. We were a one-to-one school. It was a smaller private school. I currently spend time in public schools here in San Antonio, North Side. I'm at a high school now, and we're hurting. Education is hurting. Students are hurting, and the one takeaway that I really wanted to drive home is that the AI is here, technology is here. It's been here since like the 80s, right? But it hasn't been available to us. And something that I see when I'm in the classrooms and when I'm working with students, and I'm mainly more on like the evaluation side. I work a lot with special ed, doing more of like the psychoeducational evaluations, qualifying kids for special education. So I do work a lot with those students. But what I see across the board is our teachers are burnt out. A new technology is just one more thing to learn. How can I add it? Let me just go to this PD, learn how to use it. Now I got to integrate it, and then guess what? Next year, something else rolls out. And the year after that, something else rolls out. And so in a way, it's easy to get burnt out. When you have all of this information being thrown out at you, and you're, quite frankly, I don't want to say forced, but you're being pressured to adopt it, because you have to. Because all of our technologies that we have now in the schools that I'm at, they've already got AI embedded in them. Right? And something that I'm seeing in the classrooms when it comes to students is students are not being adequately prepared to be able to take those technologies and use them. I'm a student as well, and I can tell you, in my department, we've got professors on both sides of the extreme. We've got some who are all pro AI, use it, just cite it. Those are the two guiding principles. I've got others who are, don't use it. You're not going to use it, and it's academic dishonesty if you do, right? And so what I tell my professors is, you know that this is out there. Like, there's already AI Psych Assist. You've got Sophia, which maybe some of you might have heard about those, but they're out there, and we have to be prepared to use them. And that's not quite happening. In the classroom, it hasn't happened for me, and so to be in this room, the one driving point that I want to say is, as you plan for the future, just think about how can we prepare students to really be able to critically analyze the output. How can they differentiate truth from not truth? How can they judge what is being thrown at them? And how can we not lose students in the technology? It's easy to just put my assignment into ChatGPT, copy and paste, I'm done, right? So how can we use it as a tool to increase our learning, to increase engagement? And the other piece that I want to leave with you is, let's not forget about our students who have additional challenges. Students who may not have access to internet. That's the reality of some of the students that I work with. They don't have access to technology. They're working a part-time job in the high school to help their mom or single parent, pay for rent, provide food. There's a lot of students who have a lot of challenges, students with disabilities. I've got 2 young daughters with IEPs, and I think about, how is this technology going to help them? How are we going to make sure that this technology doesn't widen that gap? The goal is to leverage the technology to close the gap, right? But we have to remember, like, there are students with different backgrounds. We have to leverage their funds of knowledge. We have to leverage those unique experiences and make sure that the technology that we're pumping out to them resonates with them and that they can adopt that in the place that they're in, providing that support for them. So the one question is, Are we going to shape the future of education, or is it going to shape us? Part of what happened with COVID, I felt like it was very reactive. And I wasn't 100% ready for it. It was just kind of, you're thrown into it and you survive. And we're at a point in time where AI is here and we have the ability to plan for it, right? This is our future. This is our future generation, or the future of the world, and we can plan for it. And so those are the 2 points that I wanted to leave with you. I'm really excited to be here, and I hope that I get to meet all of you and collaborate. Thank you so much.